The discipline is really, really tough. Now, what we're going to get into now is the body's going to take over. It's got all this dirt in it. It's got all these bugs living in the dirt. And by the way, now it has all the parasites living in the bugs. And I wish I had the time, because I would explain to you that I love the bugs. I think they're perfect. I love the parasites. It gives us a total understanding of knowing how the body is doing. The manufacturer made a perfect system. When we get out of balance, we have all the ingredients in life to let us know how we're doing. The problem is, usually we become a victim. We say, oh my God, this shouldn't happen to me, instead of taking responsibility to change what we're doing to get our health back. I hope you can appreciate what I'm saying. The body will now, because it's all filled with dirt and it has all these bugs and parasites now living in it, it will take control. And how it takes control is this. It will grab all of the energy it possibly can from us. Remember the last time you woke up one morning and you said, my God, I feel rotten. I can't go to work. I'm weak. Are you all with me? The idea on this is, why is the body taking all of this energy? Real important stuff, folks. The body's taking all of this energy to do one major thing: to throw all of the junk, all the dirt, all the bugs living in the dirt, all the parasites living off the bugs, out of the body. It's going to clean house. It's going to sweep up. And it's going to clean house, and it's going to take the energy to throw all this junk out through any mucous membrane it can possibly find. And if it does that, what happens? Well, we start getting diarrhea. I love diarrhea. I love it. I can't stand constipation, all right? But that's blocked. Diarrhea is flow. Get this stuff flowing. Just make sure you drink a whole bunch of water. Don't get yourself dehydrated. But we get diarrhea, eczema, acne, boils, psoriasis, flus, colds, bronchitis, allergies, asthma, hundreds of names of diseases. And when we get those, we are so-called getting sick. We're getting sick. That's what we've been taught. And in actuality, it's nothing but our body cleaning house, cleaning itself. An idea. Let's say I have a whole bunch of dirt in my lungs, which is a beautiful mucous membrane. Fabulous. Whole bunch of dirt in my lungs. And I have a whole bunch of bacteria growing in that dirt. And my body's going to say, hey, I've got to throw that junk out. All right? That is creating a tremendous amount of imbalance. And that's a beautiful mucous membrane to throw it out of, those lungs. And all of a sudden, the body starts taking all the energy, it starts throwing all that stuff right out through the lungs, and all of a sudden, I've got bronchitis and I feel horrible. And I do feel horrible. In other words, I'm weak. My temperature goes up because the body makes it part of its healing system to kill off too much of the bacteria. Temperatures are beautiful. Just don't let them go over about 104 to 105. And the joints are aching like crazy because the lymph is taking the junk out. Boy, I'm in trouble. I feel lousy. This is really getting sick. I call the doc. I say, Doc, I'm in trouble. Come on down. I go down. He looks at me and says, my God, you got bronchitis. And I've got a pill. But now, folks, we're not fooling around. We're not fooling around. What is this pill? This is called an antibiotic. Does anyone know what antibiotic stands for? Anti-life. Now that's a marketing coup for anybody to talk anybody to put anti-life into their life, right? I'm sorry that they named it antibiotic because we got some great antibiotics and herbs, but they're totally imbalanced and they do not do what I'm going to talk about. The doctor has been, and I'm not down on doctors, they put a tremendous amount of effort, a total amount of focus, and a whole bunch of money and time into learning a craft. And it's an allopathic craft to take care of the symptom. And they'll go and give us an antibiotic, and my God, in about 2, 3, 4, 5 days, because it will not happen in 24 hours, all of a sudden, I've got all my health back. All my energy's back. All my comfort's back. Lungs feel great. I love that doctor. I paid him. The doctor loves it because what he found out worked. And at that particular time in our life, when we feel really good after that antibiotic, please feel this. We have never, ever, ever been sicker in our whole entire life. Now, why am I saying this? Because an antibiotic can only work because it is the largest poison that ever went into the body. It cannot work unless it's the largest poison. Anyone ever hear that the antibiotics have to get stronger? Anyone hear that? It's because the body's getting stronger, the bugs are getting stronger. We need larger poisons to do two major things. How does an antibiotic work? The first thing that happens is it will go into the body and it will kill all the bacteria, supposedly the good and the bad, if you believe that story. The good and the bad bacteria. Over 400 strains almost. And then what happens is, you ever hear of the largest epidemic ever produced in the Western world called Candida? Created by antibiotics. What happened is the antibiotic killed all the bacteria, and the bacteria which flourishes because of what we do in one of the habits that the human goes through, which is what? Eating sugar. People eat more sugar, alcohol, all of these things which end up through a ferment that feed that particular candida, and it flourishes faster than any other bacteria that possibly is in our system. Now that proliferates, and it's totally out of balance, and now we have what we call candidiasis. Antibiotics is the total originator of candidiasis, which is the largest epidemic in the Western world. By the way, we are now having that being changed dramatically into impotence. Anyone hear of Viagra? Okay? I mean, the understanding here is, and I'll get into this later, we have so many things occurring because of us losing our health. We're constantly looking for magical pills. That's why we're spending billions and billions of dollars on Viagra. That's why we spend billions of dollars on antibiotics. So anyway, we take this antibiotic into the system. It kills the bacteria. We get candidiasis. But the major next thing that I want you to understand is this. Because it's the largest poison that ever went into the body since the inception of the body, it is going to make it so that the body has to stop doing almost everything it's doing. Now, why again? Because the body's first priority is to stay alive. For who? For us. For us. And what it will do is, we got this ton of a poison coming into us, and what's it doing at that time? It's throwing all this dirt and bugs out through the lungs, right? Which is supposedly called bronchitis. And the body will stop throwing it out through the lungs because it has to take care of this huge poison, and all of a sudden I get my comfort back, I get my energy back. I no longer have bronchitis, when in actuality, folks, bronchitis is nothing more than the body cleaning itself, totally. And then it handles the antibiotic. However, at that particular time, what I said is we've never ever been sicker. Why? Because we still have all the dirt, we still have all the bugs living in the dirt, and we have a tremendous amount of poison we've never had before that is also in our body. Now, at this time, we are set up, after living this way for amazing amounts of time. It's amazing how elastic the body is. But we'll live this way for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. Now we are set up for chronic degenerative disease, literally. Now we're set up for the cancer, for the heart disease, for the MS, the diabetes, all the arthritis, all the Parkinson's, all of the stuff. Alzheimer's going like crazy. The idea of it is we are totally now out of balance.